Hello everybody, welcome back to HardReset.Info channel. In today's video, I'll show you first things to do after setup on your Honor 600 Pro. So let's click on try now, and we are loading up for the first time here. What are we going to do first is we're going into the settings. So we have the settings right here. Now we want to go and connect to a Wi-Fi network. This is the first thing we should do. And of course, we're going to enter the password here and click connect. Now it is connecting to a network. And as you guys can see, we're in. What are we going to do next is we're going to add a Google account. So to add a Google account, you need to open up, let's say, Play Store. And here we want to click on sign in. Now after clicking sign in, we want to go over and enter our email. So right here, we're entering it. Let's click next, and then we need to enter our password. So I'll see you guys in a second once I enter mine. After entering the password, you will select who will be using this device. So I will choose the first option, but if you set it up for your child, make sure to use the second one. These steps do not vary here. They are all the same. Here you accept terms of service and privacy and policy. Now the Google services are loading up, and here you can enable the backup for your device. So whenever you lose it, for an example, then you'll have all your data in the cloud, so you can transfer it onto a new phone or an old phone. So we're going to click on accept here, and of course we're going to use a password to verify our purchases. This is very important because if you use biometrics, it's good, but it's not that safe because someone can still just get your finger and then just press it on. So it's not that safe. The password that only you know, for an example, is definitely safer. So I'll enter the password here, and I'll see you guys in a second. Now after that, we're gonna click on no thanks, and here we can click on our avatar, go to my apps and games, and make sure that every single app is updated here. So we're gonna click on update all, and now 34 apps are getting updated. As you guys can see, like booking is almost halfway through done. Now, after doing that, we are going to go and set up a screen lock. So let's open up the settings. Here in the settings, we need to swipe down until we see the biometrics and password. Here we have passwords, and we can go over and do the lock screen password. Now we can simply select the unlock method right here, like 4-digit pin, custom pin, pattern, or password. So we can choose a custom pin. And of course, I'm going to enter 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure that you enter a good password and not a password like me. This is very unsafe. But now, as you guys can see, we can unlock it by entering the pin. And of course, we're going to add the fingerprint. Let me quickly just lower the brightness for you guys. We're going to add a fingerprint here. So let's go to biometrics and passwords again. Click on fingerprint ID and enter the password. Now we want to use the fingerprint ID to unlock the device, and we're going to click on add here. Do not remind me again, or maybe not, just click OK. Here you place your finger, and you need to lift it up when the phone vibrates. So the setup can definitely take some time. It is around probably 2 minutes or even less, depending on how fast you go and how fast the phone registers your fingerprint. As you guys can see, we are done, and let's try it out. So here we have it. Now it unlocked without any issues, and we're going to add our face now. So let's click on face recognition, enter the password, click next, and click get started. But first, you can also enable raise to wake. So whenever you keep your phone in the pocket like this and you do that, then it will automatically bright up and it will light up. It will have everything, and you can enable it easily. So we're going to click on get started, and we want to make sure that our face is fully in the frame. So let me look at it. And the setup is complete. It was pretty quick. You can also add face recognition with a mask, but this is definitely not safe, and I wouldn't recommend doing that. We can click on later here, and let's try and unlock our phone with the face recognition. As you guys can see, it was this quick. Now it is looking for a face. I'm trying it again, and it's done. So it works. What are we going to do after setting up every single screen lock is go over and set up the Google Wallet. So we of course want to pay with our phone. And what are we going to do is we're going to go over, and here we have the wallet app on our phone in the Google section. We're going to click on it and click continue as our email. Now we want to allow Google Wallet to send us notifications, and here we can click on the plus icon. Here we can add a payment card, transport pass, loyalty card, gift card, or take a QR code, take a photo of a QR code or a barcode. And of course we're going to add the payment card. Now you can select an app that you already used, but I do not have it physically with me, and I do not remember the security code, so that's why we want to click on new credit or debit card. Here it is loading everything up, and it is trying to line it up with the frame, so you guys can either do that or you can just enter the numbers manually. If you ever go back here and you don't want it, you can simply go and delete something. Then you will have an option to scan the card. Sometimes it may disappear, so just click here, click on scan card, and we're back to it. So of course what we're going to do is we're going to enter the card number, so make sure that you enter a valid one. I am entering just something as an example, and that's how it should look like. So we got 16 numbers here, we got our month and year of the expiration date, and we got our free number security code. Here we can click more and click on save and continue, and then your card will be tracked down, not tracked down, but it will be checked, and it will land in your wallet. Of course, scroll down to the control center from the right side. Now open it here and make sure that NFC is enabled. As you guys can see, if it's enabled, and basically the default wallet app is always Google Wallet, so you shouldn't be worried about that, but just make sure that NFC is enabled so that you can pay with your phone. Now what are we going to do next is we're going to go over into the battery settings. So the battery settings are very important because we want to make sure that our phone lasts. That's why we are going into battery settings, and we're going to talk about everything right here. So here we have our percentage and how much it is remaining, like in time. Of course, this isn't accurate depending on how you use your phone. If you play games all day, for example, then it can only last like 8 to 10 hours, and that's really generous. Here we have battery modes. Now the performance will basically increase our phone's battery temperature, and it will increase battery usage just to get the best performance in games. Now balance mode is the normal mode that everybody's using on a daily basis. Power saving, whenever we are trying to save our battery, and it is regularly the last 20%, and ultra power saving, which basically turns off all the apps except the apps that we can add ourselves. And here we have power saving mode settings, like we want to enable power saving mode automatically, and I would recommend using either 20 to 25%, and of course automatically disable it once the phone is charged to 90% and above. We want to make sure that we reduce screen refresh rate, and that the dark mode will be enabled once the power saving is enabled. Here we have battery optimization, and here are 3 apps that are running in the background and that can drain our battery pretty quick. That's why we can click here and click optimize. Now what are we going to do is we're going to go over, and here we have wireless reverse charging. So basically whenever we turn it on, then we can place, let's say, headphones on the back, and they are charging. So even the magnets are very strong. So this is how the reverse wireless charging works, is to share your battery with others wirelessly without any cable. And of course, battery percentage icon, totally up to you, whatever it's just up to your preference, however you like it. Now we got the app launch, and this basically we can manage automatically. So we want to make sure that we disable run in the background. So this is very important because running apps in the background is usually not a good idea. I mean, it is good if you're using some Android system key verifier, for an example, but let's say Facebook shouldn't be running in the background all the time. It shouldn't be an auto launch or secondary launch, and now it is disabled. So that's what you guys can do for apps here. And after that, of course, you guys can go and check your battery usage. So here you guys can get rid of the apps that are using your battery percentage too much. So for example, Gmail launch options, and we want to disable manage automatically and make sure that every single one of these is off. And as a last resort here, what are we going to do is we're going to update our software. So we want to make sure that we are on the latest version. We are not completely updating here, but we just want to make sure that we are on the latest version. So we're going to click on System and Updates, click on Software Update, and it is checking automatically. So my version is up to date, but if yours isn't, then I recommend you updating. This is very important to keep up with the latest version of the software. And that's basically it for the video. So I hope it was helpful. If it was, then leave a like, subscription, and a comment. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.